Ho Shou Wu is one of the most revered anti-aging, longevity, and rejuvenation herbs. It's said to nourish our yin-jing energy, which in Chinese medicine and Chinese medical thought, this is really the energy that's influencing our quality and our quantity of our lifespan. We can essentially see it as our battery pack or kind of our savings account of deep energy. Yet modern research has, in recent times, validated some of these claims and really shed insight on some of the reasons and some of the ways in which this herb works. First of all, they've discovered there's certain chemicals in Ho Shou Wu which are very similar to resveratrol and actually more potent than resveratrol. Which resveratrol is a potent antioxidant that's been discovered and is really a buzzword in the health and longevity communities in the last couple of years. This is because it's been one of the only things that's scientifically shown and validated to actually be able to increase lifespan and thus support longevity. But with Ho Shou Wu, you get not only very similar components to resveratrol, but you get a whole host of other benefits. Specifically, like Ho Shou Wu's ability to really boost superoxide dismutase, as well as to slow down lipoperoxidation, which basically means that Ho Shou Wu is a very potent antioxidant. On top of that, Ho Shou Wu has been shown to be a potent MAO inhibitor. And what that means is this. MAO stands for monoamine oxidase, and essentially what this is an enzyme in our body which functions to recycle and break down neurotransmitters, things like serotonin and dopamine, and more or less our youth or feel-good hormones. And the aging process in some circles and some theories has highly been correlated to the process of monoamine oxidase, meaning as we age, our ability to inhibit monoamine oxidase becomes diminished, thus our youth hormones decrease, thus our feel-good neurotransmitters decrease. So if we want to have a potent anti-aging strategy, a potent longevity rejuvenation strategy, then we should really look at this capability and really keep monoamine oxidase in check so we can then have more serotonin, more dopamine, more of the growth hormones, more of the youth hormones circulating in our body. So there's one other thing that really makes this herb super famous and really where the herb gets its name, and that's essentially referring to its ability to be able to slow down the process of graying hair and in some cases be able to reverse the graying hair process. And this is really where the herb gets its name, and that name Ho Shou Wu literally means Mr. Ho's black hair. It's basically the story of Mr. Ho who was, he was old, he was born, with low jing, let's say, and he was unable to father children, his hair was falling out, it was turning gray, and he was just really destitute and looking for help. So he started taking this herb, and he noticed he started to sleep better, he started to feel more energized, he started to feel his sexuality coming back, and over time his hair came back and his hair turned back to its original color, and that's where the herb essentially gets its name. And then from there, the herb was named after him, and that's sort of the story which has really brought this herb into its fame and its reputability. On top of that, I've, in my personal experience, my personal work, I've seen it work with some clients, I've seen it with my very own eyes. And then if you do some research around, you see it on this page below, you'll see some actual research and studies that have shown that Ho Shou Wu can do this as well. Now, it doesn't work 100% of the time for every single person because there's obviously a lot of different variables at play as far as genetics, lifestyle, mineral and nutritional deficiencies, stress levels, etc. But if you look at the historical context as well as some of the scientific research, you can tell that it has worked and it does work for a lot of people. So those are some of the things that make this herb so famous and so potent and beneficial. It does a lot of other things, but for the sake of brevity and for the sake of this video, hopefully that's given you a good introduction, a good overview for what this herb can do. Now again, when choosing a Ho Shou Wu product, when wanting to get these benefits, there's a few important things to keep in mind. Number one, you want to make sure that you're getting a product that's made from prepared Ho Shou Wu roots or red Ho Shou Wu roots. Because there's two different forms of this product on the market. One is the unprepared form, which is more or less just a laxative and a cleansing agent, and then the prepared form is basically what we're going after here that has the tonic, life-enhancing rejuvenation aspects. So on top of being a prepared product, you want to make sure that you're getting a concentrated extract to ensure that you're getting the most potent, bioavailable, digestible, and absorbable product as possible. So if you want to learn more about this amazing herb, just check out the page below, check out the link below.